All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your 12 p.m. stretch break. My name is TJ. For today, we will just be standing. Just keep it simple. So starting off, I just want you to interlock your fingers and then straight up overhead, just reaching for the sky. And your fingers don't need to be connected. They could be, your hands could be apart. You could just reach. Making sure we're breathing. And from there, I want you to give yourself a great big hug. And we're going to stretch out that spine and all the vertebrae kind of down the spine. So I want you to roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time, feeling that stretch as it moves down, slowly taking your time, not rushing through it. And again, this is probably the few times when I want you to round your back. And when you get to the very bottom, drop your hands down, reaching for your toes. And again, still having that roundness in the back is fine. And now I want you to still give yourself that great big hug again. And now I want you to slowly reverse. So coming back up. Again, slowly feeling that stretch in between the shoulder blades, moving up your spine. And when you get to the very top, I want you to roll the shoulders back a few times, small circles. And then roll them forward a few times. Nice job. All right. So from here, we're going to actually do a hamstring stretch. So having your hands up against the front part of your leg, I want you to slide your hands down your leg, keeping that back flat and pushing the hip back as we do it. Once you feel the pull in the back of your leg, I want you to stop where you are and breathe. Breathe out, breathe in, and now I want you to slowly come back up. We'll do it again. So we'll see if we can go down just a little more. So slide those hands down the front of your leg, back is flat, pushing that hip back. And again, seeing if you can feel that stretch a little more. And we've gone down a little further without rounding our back. So rounding our low back or rounding out the upper. And then slide your hands up. All right, so let's reach that arm across the body. So whether you're free hand, so in this case, my right hand is either grabbing my left elbow or grabbing that left wrist and keeping that shoulder down. Nice job. Let's switch and do the other side. So now my left hand is going to grab my right wrist or my right elbow, and that right arm is across my body. So it's across, reaching towards the left. Again, keeping that shoulder down. Nice job. All right, so from here, we're going to go feet apart. So just a wide stance. And I just want you to reach your left hand towards the right. So reaching overhead, really extending that arm to where there's no bend in the elbow. So straight arm, really feeling that stretch within the lat or right underneath the shoulder. All right, and go other side. So right hand is going to reach, and again, no bend in the arm. Really straighten that arm the best that you can. Nice job. All right, so we're gonna do this one again, but this time we're gonna go feet closer together, and I want you to reach, and now we're gonna feel that stretch underneath the shoulder, into the oblique, and maybe a little bit into that hip. So it's all on the left side, unless we're on your right side, that's fine. Nice job. So let's do other side. So again, feet are still together. Reaching with your right hand towards the left. And again, feeling that stretch from under the shoulder into the oblique and into a little bit of that right hip. Nice job. All right. So we're going to get to kind of a runner stance. So if you imagine like maybe there's a wall here, you could always kind of imagine that, but otherwise you don't need to have your hands up. So I'm going to have you split stance, your legs. So just your left leg is slightly forward, your right leg is back. And I want you to push that right heel back into the floor. Feeling that stretch through the back of your calf. All right, so let's turn around and let's do the other side or switch legs. It's fine too, either way. So split stance, left or right leg is slightly forward, left leg is back, pushing that left heel into the floor. So if you're wearing shoes or anything like a dress shoe where there's a more pronounced heel, or if it's like a high heel, you know, those calves, you know, the lower part of your leg is always in a flexed position, and that can kind of cause problems if we don't stretch it out. All right, so let's turn around again, do the same sort of stretch, but this time with the back foot. I want you to turn the toe to where it's pointing towards the back of the leg that's up front. All right, so just slightly turn that toe in, pointing towards that front leg and feeling that stretch a little differently through the back, pushing that heel into the floor. And again, if this stance is too wide, bring it in a little bit. All right, let's do the other side. So again, same thing. So instead of your feet pointing straight ahead, take that back foot, turn the toe towards the back heel of the leg that's up front. And push that back heel into the floor. Feeling that stretch just a little differently through the back of that lower leg. Nice job. All right, so moving on to the next stretch, we're going to do our quads. So we're going to do the front part of our legs. Now, if you want to work on balance and stability, try to do it without hanging onto a wall, but otherwise grab the top of your right foot. So when that knee is bent, it's in line with the other leg that you're standing on. So kind of imagine like that whole flamingo pose. You know, when you imagine like what a flamingo looks like, where they stand on one leg. Great job. Just feeling that stretch through the front. And now let's turn it around. Let's do the other side. Again, you could use a wall for support, but otherwise, if you want to test the balance and the stability of that ankle, and try not hanging on. If you do suffer from sprained ankles easily, I would suggest holding onto a wall just so that no one rolls an ankle. Nice job. So just grabbing the top of that left foot, keeping that knee in line with the leg that you're standing on. Nice job. So we're going to do this one more time, but this time, as I grab my foot, I'm going to push that knee back just a little bit. So this time it's not in line with the leg I'm standing on. It's slightly behind that leg I'm standing on. Feeling that stretch through that hip, through that bend. So imagine when we're sitting into a chair where that bend is. And again, finding that stability, finding that balance. Nice job. Let's switch and do the other side one last and final time. So again, this time the knee is not going to be in line with the leg that we're standing on. It's going to be behind. And if it helps you, you can always look out at least 5 feet in front of you. Focus on something so that way we don't fall. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to stretch out through the inner thigh. And so we're just going to kind of sit back into one side. So imagine like you're kind of doing a squat, but you're kind of leaning towards whether it's the right or the left, feeling that stretch through the inner part of that leg. Trying to keep the upper half of you, the upper body portion of you a little more upright versus being bent over completely. Kind of take that feeling out of the glutes if you are too far over. All right, let's do the other side. So now shifting our weight to the other side. You may notice that one side is a little tighter. So if you need to hang out there a little longer, you can, or you could go back to it later. All right, so let's do some arm stretches since we type a lot, we text maybe more than we should. All right, so left arm out in front of you. So your left arm is straight, grabbing that left palm with your right hand. Nice job. Let's switch and do the other side. So extend that right arm to where it's straight. And now the left palm or the left hand is grabbing the right palm. Excellent. So now let's give ourselves a pat on the back, whether it's your right hand or your left. And we're going to do a tricep stretch. So just kind of grabbing that right elbow with your left hand, kind of pulling it towards the head. And let's do the other side. Nice job, everyone. All right, so let's go through some neck stretches just to round out this whole thing. All right, so with our chin, I want you to keep your mouth closed. I want you to look up towards the ceiling, and I want you to push that lower jaw forward, feeling that stretch right underneath your chin. Ready? Go. So while you're doing that stretch, again, if we're always looking down at the phone, or if we're looking down at the sidewalk or our keyboard, those muscles underneath our chin, all the way down our throat that connects to our collarbone gets really tight. We want to make sure that we're not causing any neck issues. All right, so I'll have you come out of that. So let's go right ear to right shoulder and just hold it there. So right ear to right shoulder. And now let's swing that chin towards the right side. So trying to look over the shoulder. Nice job. Bring that chin back down. And now we're going to lean the left ear towards the left shoulder. We're almost done. So left ear to left shoulder. Again, feeling that stretch from right underneath the base of your ear, all the way down the side of your neck into the top of that shoulder region, or roughly like your collarbone. And now let's swing that chin to where we are looking over our left shoulder. So again, when we talk about driving, we talk about looking over our blind spot. We want to make sure that we have that ability to be able to look over our shoulder without necessarily feeling like we have to turn our whole body to do so. All right, nice job, everyone. All right, so for tomorrow is cardio circuit at 7 o'clock. That's in person. Tomorrow is the last day for dynamic duo, so if you are trying to get your exercises in, do so by the end of the day tomorrow. All right, have a great day, everyone. Bye.